Now, this segment is the fastest segment on TV. It's our hashtag rapid fire round. We reserve this segment each evening to zip through just as many trending topics as we possibly can with our expert guest. And tonight, that expert guest is Matt Rooney from SafeJersey.com. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Gina.
Absolutely. Now, NBA player and Khloe Kardashian boyfriend James Harden trending today. Khloe Kardashian reportedly put her relationship with him on hold as she is spending time with her husband, whom she is currently divorcing, who, of course, we know was found unconscious in a brothel. Matt, this must be a really good storyline for the next season on their reality show. If I were a producer, I'd think this was pretty good.
It's positively heartwarming, isn't it? You're on hold for your husband that passed out in a whorehouse. You know, you can't make this stuff up. So once again, these reality shows are demonstrating that they're not about reality. There's nothing real about it. So I hope that in 2016, which is right around the corner, Americans begin to tune this stuff out.
Well, one thing that could distract us for sure, that is Hershey's Kisses, and they are trending today. The chocolate maker announced that they would release a larger version of Hershey's Kisses, but it doesn't actually come out till after Halloween. I guess we'll just have to enjoy the smaller Hershey's Kisses candies until then. Matt, there isn't much to be upset about. I think I've been lobbying for this change, I don't know, for at least a decade.
The American dream is still alive, Dr. Gina, and I'll tell you what, not going to be ready for Halloween. We're ready for Christmas, and I already have visions of giant Hershey's Kisses dancing in my head. That's
right. It could change the whole Once Upon a Christmas song, or what is that poem thing? Came upon What is it?
It was the night before Christmas.
The night before Christmas, when all through the house, yes, the big giant Hershey's Kisses were stirring. Ahmed Mohammed is trending today. The boy who was arrested for bringing a homemade clock to school got to go visit the White House. Matt, some say this kid didn't really deserve that trip to the White House there. What do you have to say about that?
Yeah, look, he definitely didn't, but I feel bad for the kid, right? What clearly happened here is that this boy was manipulated by his radical parents, who clearly have some crazy ideas. So what I really regret here is not that this young man got to go to the White House. I regret that his parents are nuts, and they're going to turn him into a nut. And I regret that we have a president who tweets before he thinks.
Yeah, well, and that's just the way it is in these parts these days. All right, CIA Director John Brennan trending today after a dope-smoking teen hacked the director's email account. Doesn't make you feel safe these days, does it, Matt?
No, it doesn't. I mean, we just talked about who can get in the White House these days. Recently, I think it was back in the summer, we had 330,000 individuals' information hacked from the IRS. The Obama administration spends so much time thinking of new ways to tax Americans, register Americans, harass Americans. They need to spend a little more time protecting us and our information. They're clearly not doing a good job. Ask the CIA director.
But they do have time to have kids that make clocks and scare people into the White House. That's very important. All right, the Halloween asteroid is trending today. NASA says a large asteroid will fly past Earth on October 31st. Now, Matt, since this is happening on Halloween, I'm sure that there are some conspiracy theorists out there that think this has some sort of significance. And if we were a producer on George Norrie's show, we know exactly what we talk about tonight, right?
Absolutely. Hey, listen, I mean, I'm sure there's already a cult forming somewhere around this asteroid. But listen, it's a great opportunity to just remind people, priorities, folks. What's happening out in the world and also out in the universe is a lot scarier than any ghouls and goblins you're going to run into. We need to invest more money in making sure the planet's safe, right? And one of those things that we need to consider is the fact that we're much more likely to get an asteroid strike at some point in near human history than global warming or a lot of the other things the left invents.
Exactly. All right, well, Richard Branson trending today. He says the United Nations will call for global drug decriminalization. But the UN says that's not true. Is this just wishful thinking for Branson?
Probably, but I'll tell you what, he should probably continue to focus on getting people high with his rocket ship program for space tourism. Dabbling in international politics, because I don't think it's his forte. We don't need one more billionaire who doesn't know what he's talking about.
Exactly. All right. The FAA is trending today. They are set to require owners to register recreational drones. The government can't leave us alone. They would register paper planes if they could, I think. Or do you think this registering drones is a good idea? I think I read there were supposed to be some million drones given just for Christmas.
Don't even bring up the paper airplanes. You don't want to give him any ideas.
Exactly.
I mean, look, clearly we need to have some regulations for drones, just like you need to have regulations for a car. I don't want somebody driving a car through my front lawn. I don't want somebody driving their drone through my front lawn and up and looking through my window. By the same token, I don't think we have any faith the government knows where the appropriate line is. So, yeah, I mean, this is like the plot from an X-Men movie, right? Where they made all the mutants register. Next thing you know, they're going to make us register all of our drones. God knows what's next. Probably kitchen appliances.
Yeah. Is your fork licensed to use for dinner? All right, Anthony Mackie trending today. The actor who stars in the new movie Our Brand is Crisis was trending yesterday after he said he wanted to run Donald Trump's campaign. And there were a lot of haters who were trashing him on social media for that endorsement. But he later tweeted, "Sorry, Donald, that wasn't an endorsement, just a bad attempt at a joke, I guess." So, Matt, do you think this actor just decided he wanted to work again in Hollywood and had better backpedal?
It's probably a little of that, also a little bit of publicity, because I had no idea who he was until this story.
Exactly.
So he won there. But look, I mean, at the end of the day, Donald Trump, he has a way of drawing these people out. And unfortunately, a lot of times they tend to be pretty ignorant. I looked at the full commentary that this individual gave us, and part of it is he said that he loved that Donald Trump was a self-made man. Last I checked, Wharton Business School wasn't a log cabin. So this looks like somebody who should be ignored.
It sounds like it. All right. Well, listen, thank you for being with us. Don't forget to register your forks and your paper airplanes with the government, and hide your children, hide your wives. Thanks for being with us.
I'm going to get on it right now. Thanks, Doug.
Up next, we're going to go to your social media comments.